Coach David, and today I want to talk about macros. So, a lot of you guys out there eat for your macros. It's still trendy, it's still a big thing. But do you guys even know what a macro is? What does it stand for? What are the different types? Why are you eating that way? That's always my question when someone approaches me about this subject is, why do you want to eat for your macros? And a lot of times people say, well, lower carb, higher fat, higher this, higher that is gonna get me a six pack or in shape, or I have to eat according to my body type. Some of that is fine, right? So once again, I'll address it this way. There's no one diet. There's no one that can tell you if you eat 40% carbs, 40% protein, and 20% fat, that every single person that eats this diet is gonna get into the best shape of their life. It doesn't work that way. I'm also not the biggest fan of eating for your body type because the body type thing is a spectrum. So you have people that are going to be a little bit in every category. You don't have just everyone in the world is either A, B, or C. It's not like that either. So you can't say everyone in the world has to eat. If you're an A, you have to eat like an A B like a B. No. So I want to get out of this mentality that, there's a quick fix. Once again, I don't like that because you're not going to have a quick fix. You have to find what works for you. Maybe keto works. Maybe eating for your macros helps you out in some way. Maybe carnivore works for you. Experiment, find, and the most important thing is you have to like it, right? If I put you on 10% carbs in your macros and you hate it, you're not going to stick to it. So find a diet that you can stick to, that you're eating foods that you enjoy to eat, making healthier decisions, and you're going to stay with that. And that's going to give you better results than if you do some keto diet or if you do intermittent fasting and you're just miserable all the time. Doesn't work that way. So getting into the macros, right? We have three major categories that you could break down into smaller parts, but I'm just gonna focus on four, okay? So you got the three big ones: fats, protein, and carbs. And then I'm gonna add in fiber as something you also need to pay attention to, but I'll get to that. So you need to understand why you need each one. You need fats because fats help produce hormones. Without hormones in your body, you're not going to function properly. You're not going to build muscle. You're not going to do what your body needs to be doing. You also need it to absorb A, D, E, K. Those are essential vitamins. You need your vitamins in your diet too. Without the fat, you're not going to absorb it. You're not going to make the hormones. You need fat. Second, protein. Protein is the building block of muscle. If you don't have enough protein in your diet, you're not going to build the muscle, right? You don't have enough of the material to rebuild your muscle and rebuild your body when you break it down during exercise. Protein also has a ton of other functions. It's involved with immunity, just many things inside of your body. Protein is a part of that. And finally, carbs. Carbs are mostly for energy. Your body goes first to carbs for energy. Your body needs glycogen. When you have a really intense workout, you break down the glycogen and your body uses the carbs in your diet to kind of restore it. It can pull for proteins and fats for energy, but it prefers carbs. So we also have fiber with that, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But the reason why macros do matter is because if you don't have enough protein, you're never going to get the look that you want, right? I just told you, you need protein to build muscle. If you don't have leucine, protein, all that stuff, you're not going to build the muscle. Need enough protein in your diet. I'm gonna make another video about specific grams per protein, but for the most part, you can safely go with 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So I'm 170, so I would try to get 170 grams of protein. That's not a crazy amount. It's not going to be so much that I die. And it's not so little. It's just perfect, right? It might be a little too much if we go scientific or whatever, but it gets the job done. Let's go that way. So whatever your body weight is, have that amount of protein and you will be good. The other thing is that fats, if you get on a diet that's higher in fats, you're going to add a ton more calories. Fats is 9 calories per gram, right? So every gram of fat, you're getting a little over double the calories. So protein and carbs are respectively both 4 calories per gram. So that means you could eat the same amount of everything, but fat is always double. You don't want to do that. The end goal of this, right? To lose weight, to get in better shape, is having a deficit. How do you get into a deficit? Less calories or more calories burned. So on one hand, if you don't give a damn about your diet and you want to eat whatever you want, you got to make sure at least track the calories, and then you got to burn it off. You got to do extra work to burn off all the extra calories you're eating so that you're in a deficit, about negative 500 a day. Let's go with that, because then that's about a pound per week. Get into that in another video, but you're gonna have to burn off that extra calories that you're eating. I don't know if you want to do that. There's some people that are cool with that, eat what they want and then just work out for like 3 hours. That's cool, but that's not the everyday person, right? The other thing is you're gonna have to eliminate calories from your diet. A good way to do that is by lowering down the fat, because you're lowering down so many calories per gram, and you're keeping the other things high enough in grams, in quantity, in volume of food, that you will feel fuller, right? The next thing I want to get into is why you need fiber. So the two things that I always suggest you kind of track are the protein and fiber. You want to get as much fiber as you can. Don't go crazy and have 100 grams, because you're going to be sitting on the toilet. It's not good. Also try to get it from food, because if you get those supplements, I've had bad experiences with those, and I've seen people that have like the powder and stuff, and it's not good on your stomach. So fiber helps you to feel fuller for longer. Protein helps you to feel fuller for longer. Protein also has a higher thermic effect of food, so your body needs to use more energy to burn it, right? So protein and fiber, definitely we need to keep track of those. Carbs and fats, not as much, right? The reason people get on the counting the macros diet is because they want to have this sense of eating that's going to help them to lose weight and all that. Why it works is not because there's a magic number, a magic percentage of each that you need to eat. It works because people start paying attention to what they eat, which is also my problem. And this is the last point, is if you're going to eat for your macros, you could technically sit there and have a 40-40-20 diet, but eat like candy and chips and burgers. You can eat whatever you want as long as you're in your macros. That's why it doesn't work. You need to make healthy decisions to get the vitamins you need and to have the good clean protein you need to get to where you want. If you're eating whatever you want and having all that crap, it doesn't work either. All right, so the biggest thing to take away from this is counting macros is important in terms of keeping track of your protein and your fiber. Those are going to help you feel fuller for longer. Those are going to make a meal that's only 500 calories feel like you ate 2,000 calories worth of pizza, right? Just because you're getting more nutritional value out of that meal, more density of food. And that's what you want. Keep the calories low. That's what matters. That'll be another video. But in terms of this as being the best diet and there's a best composition of macros to use, that doesn't exist. It doesn't work. All right. So I'm going to see you guys next time. Take care.